Hello folks, Fuzz here bringing more DQ11 for your viewing pleasure today. And we're going to continue on in the snowy area of the Summit Shrine. We're actually going to be moving on though straight away into our next area. So I was going to do this at the end of the last episode, but didn't know when the next opportunity to save would be, and that had gone on for quite a bit anyway. So let's crack on straight away today by speaking to the High Lama. And Rab is in his deep meditative state, of course. Known at the moment as the Hermit, but still, it is Rab.
It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must go, but from which few ever return. It is time to perform the rite.
What is this foolish dance? What manner of ritual is this?
So this area is known as the Void, and we can actually exit if we want to using this white portal here, but that would be pretty pointless when we need to actually get the story done. So we're going to head up the stairs and speak to this lady who's at the top, and she should give us a bit of information about this place.
Soul drifts into my domain. Welcome, child, to the end of your journey. Destiny is cruel indeed to send me one so young. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but do you know what fate awaits you here? Oh, you poor young fool. You have no idea of the suffering to come. Let me unburden you of at least a little of your ignorance. I will explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand. As you see, this world is a blank slate. It is a place of nothingness. Before Yggdrasil fell, departed souls would come here before returning to the World Tree. But now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end for the dead. A spiritual cul-de-sac. What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. Before long, your soul will dissipate and be lost to the void. As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. Until at last, the Lord of Shadows is the only one who remains. This is your destiny. Accept it, for you cannot change it. Or do you cling to the vain hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutches? If you do, you are a fool. And yet, you would not be alone in your foolishness. There are others who refuse to accept that all is lost. Some people just don't know when to give up.
So after a bit of exposition then, we're just going to head straight ahead, and there's a door on the other side of the temple area, which, as you can see by the name, is somewhat connected to the field of discipline. It even looks similar. And look who it is. It's the Rab himself.
Did you think that he chose death out of a sense of despair? You could not be more wrong. He came here with hope in his heart. The hope that one day he will defeat the Lord of Shadows. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secrets. You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang, Grand Master of Angrila. Your grandfather's teacher and tormentor. Do you see the magic circle that surrounds him? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This is the final secret. He has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. It is not good for him at his age. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Heroes. Get out, knight! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it!
Oh!
Would you look at that? Perhaps he is not completely useless after all.
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it! Oh, it was beautiful!
Yes, very impressive. I thought you had gone soft in your dotage, but it seems you still have some guts. Well done.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang, was that praise? Woohoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment. Oh, that's warmed my cockles more than 100 nips of the hard stuff.
Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint beyond the end of your bulbous nose, you would see we have a visitor.
Oh my! Is it really you, laddie? Oh, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you. It's not fair. It's not fair, I tell you.
Oh, stop your sniveling. The boy is alive.
He's what? But what's he doing here then?
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
Ah, really? But I only came here to... You went to all that trouble. As you can see, I'm perfectly fine. Finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable. Come on, let's get back to our bodies and show that Lord of Shadows what we're made of.
Stop right there! Where do you think you are going?
I can't thank you enough for all you've done, Grandmaster. But now that my training's finished, I need to be on my way.
Finished? Oh, but we haven't even begun. Honored Luminary. if you would like to follow me.
Right, so this is where things are going to get interesting. We do have a boss fight coming up, but what you want to do in order to start this is speak to Pang up here, but make sure, you know, you're healed up and whatnot. You should be, because you've obviously just, I'd imagine, rested at the campsite before coming here. But let's go ahead and do that now and see exactly where this is going.
Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of Angri-La. He now has the power to send enemies straight to the beyond. It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkant, brother-in-arms of the Luminary of Legend. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. An attack of such incredible power that it can tear through all 4 dimensions. It was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with Yi, our first Grand Master. And it will give you strength beyond reckoning, Luminary.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell and you with Erdwin's attack. We'll be unstoppable.
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense, more relentless, more excruciating than any you have faced before. Well, do you think you have what it takes to endure this most trying of trials?
This is it then, folks. We're going to go ahead and select
I
yes
knew
to
you'd
this.
make the right choice. Now, let us begin.
So this boss fight is in the name
The
of
first
training.
step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of pure light. Hold out your hand and try.
Well, that didn't take long to practice. Seems simple enough.
As good as can be expected for a first attempt. The heat of battle should help to speed you up a little.
Battle? You mean you're going to fight him? Oh, no, the poor lad's not ready.
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe when I have you to do my dirty work for me?
What? You're going to make me fight my own grandson?
Who better, Lord Robert? You have mastered all our secrets now. There is no one better suited to the task. And besides, I've always wanted to see 2 princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Let me know when you are ready to begin.
Indeed, our boss fight is going to be against Rab. And fortunately, we have a new ability, which you just saw in the field there, which we'll be able to use in the fight. So once again, we get another opportunity to not immediately engage, although I don't see the point in holding out now. So let's once more speak to Pang and tell her that yes, we are as ready as we're ever going to be to fight little old Rab here.
Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage. All in the name of speeding up your training, of course.
Oh. 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 Oh, aye! I've not felt this alive in decades! Let me at the little blighter!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him the true power of our last and greatest secret.
Just you watch me.
Luminary, prepare yourself. Beat back the onslaught and unleash the technique if you can. The more you use it, the stronger it will become. You must practice until it is perfect.
Here I come, laddie. It's time to show you what this old man can do.
Okay, so the battle begins, and yes, we have a new ability, which is the main focus of this particular fight. We're just going to make sure that Fuzz is set to follow orders before we begin. Now the thing is though, is that Rab also has a new ability. And when you see him do this, preparing for his next attack, we need to be able to defend. Now we weren't able to do so there. I think it's because he wants to show us that ability anyway as part of the story. So we're going to start by casting more heal, just to make sure that we're nicely topped up before the rest of the fight. And every time you get to about half health, you'll want to make sure you heal up, just so you can survive that ability should the worst come to the worst. Now, our new ability is this quad slash. Okay, and it just says a single enemy-only version of an almighty attack originally used by a Luminary of long ago. Now, the more we use this, the more powerful it's going to get. I'm not sure whether that's how this ability is always going to be, or whether it's just because we're training right now. But either way, we need to start casting it. So we'll begin by just unleashing it, as thus. 16 points of damage, nothing too exciting there. We'll just, yeah, I think it's basically just because of our training here. Now, you'll see that Rab has the ability to summon clones of himself. But because he's preparing here, we are going to go ahead and defend.
I almost feel bad about this.
So yes, it's a bit annoying that he's got his clones out right now. But we do need to just, you know, reduce some of that incoming damage there. And we'll continue on laying on the quadra slash here. We'll try and take out some of his adds if we're able to do so. Although it looks like I might need to heal up in just a moment's time as well. Believe it or not, you can be killed in this fight, which obviously is something you would like to try and avoid, let's be honest. But Rab does not hold back. Was he trying to create more clones of himself? Well, he wasn't able to do so, I don't think. Nope, I can't see any. So let's just carry on here, laying on the quadra slash. And now what's going to happen is after the 5th time of using it, I believe that will automatically end the fight. And I think we've used it 4 times now, haven't we? So let's just go ahead here and take a risk. In fact, let's not, in case we need to use it 5 times on Rab himself, and we have used it 1 time on his clone. So yeah. Let's go ahead and cast more heal, which is the only ability we're using at the moment that's actually using MP. And hopefully just a couple of rounds of normal attacks. And then we'll continue on unleashing quadra slash. It's doing a nice amount of damage now, that's for darn sure. Okay, I've decided we need to just focus attacks on Rab himself. Pep state is, I guess, nice. But we should be doing a lot of damage now. Yeah, 300 points, I think it's capped out here. So, to be honest, I would just strongly recommend focusing solely on Rab himself. Was that a prepare then? I didn't quite see. I think that's it anyway. Yeah, it's down. So ignore the ads. I wish I'd have done that. But at least we got to see quadra slash in action a little bit more. And there we have it. Hopefully Rab's not too damaged, since we could possibly use him again.
Wonderful. I couldn't have beaten him more soundly myself. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. But you have proved me wrong. And for once, that is no bad thing.
Okay, so we've mastered it now. I don't think we need to keep casting it in battle to increase its power anymore, but I will be testing that out just to double check. I also believe that Quadra Slash is possibly an AoE ability, even though it was a single target in that fight, but again, that's something else for us to test when we have the opportunity.
The technique comes from your heart. Hone that greatest of weapons, and none will be able to stand before you. Now, I think it's time we peeled that old degenerate off the flagstones, don't you?
You beat me, even with the last secret of Angry-La in my side. Oh, I can't believe how much you've grown, laddie.
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no. Perhaps I finally have a disciple worthy of the name.
So this is where you have been hiding.
Wait, I know that voice.
Mordigan.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches by cowering here in this ruined world. You have only delayed the inevitable.
No! Ugh! Curse you! I had thought your powers could not reach us here. It seems I underestimated you. So inconsiderate. There was one last thing I wanted to teach you. Fine. It seems we must do it the hard way. You two will just have to learn the ultimate ability here and now. Or die trying.
What? So the last secret of Angry-La wasn't the last one? And Quadra Slash wasn't either?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised by Grandmaster i.e. one that Erdwin and Morkan performed together. Well, don't just stand there. Combine your powers. Revive the technique that was lost to us. So that I can die happy.
You dare to resist me?
You must do exactly as I say. Exactly when I say it. We have only one chance. Robert, do not think. Act. Use the technique I taught to you. Quickly! Now, Luminary! Unleash Quadra Slash! Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angry-La. The technique to end all techniques. Solar Flare!
He is back with us. But he is greatly weakened. We must get him to the temple right away.
So, some exciting events there. Mordegon came and showed up, but fortunately we were able to combine our techniques into the power of Solar Flare and banish him away, and it seems that we've returned to the true, whatever it's called, this place, field of something or other discipline. So it looks like we're resting up automatically.
Ah. You are finally awake. Good. I feared you had suffered some lasting injury. Lord Robert awoke a short while ago. He's outside speaking with the High Lama. We should join them.
Okay, so after that very brief cutscene there with Hendrik, we're going to be gaining control once more of the hero. And all we need to do is start making our way outside at this point. So you can chat to the NPCs along the way, of course, if you wish to do so. But I don't, quite frankly. So we'll just make a move out of the High Hall area. Maybe even meet up with Rab again. See what sort of condition he is. Hey, he's put his weight back on.
Hello there, laddie. Better late than never, eh? What are you staring at me like that for? Is there something on my face?
It is your physique, Lord Robert. You were a good deal slighter only a short time ago.
Oh, that! Nothing a good breakfast couldn't cure. Aye, the Grand Master put me through worse on more than one occasion.
Lord Robert has told me what came to pass in the void, that you met Grand Master Pang, and that she trained you in the ancient arts. I hear that you were even able to master the ultimate abilities of your ancestor Erdwin. You have my congratulations.
And I hear that I owe you a debt of thanks, Sir Henrik, for looking after the boy here while I was away.
Please think nothing of it, my lord. It is the least I could do to make amends for all the wrongs I have done.
Ah, don't torture yourself over it, son. We've all been pawns in Mordigan's game. You've nothing to apologize for.
Thank you. Truly. What do you intend to do now? We had hoped to find guidance here in Angri-La, but alas, we find ourselves at an impasse.
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking about something Grandmaster Pang told me. She said old Erdwin used a very special form of transport when he went after the Dark One. Some sort of sacred flying contraption.
Whatever could that mean?
I didn't get the chance to ask her any more about it. But it sounds like just what we need to get up to that castle and knock Mordigan off his perch. As for our old friends, none of them were exactly the giving up type, eh? If I'm still alive and kicking, you can bet the rest of them are out there somewhere. So, what say we head over to Arborea and keep an eye out for our pals on the way? If this flying doodad's supposed to be sacred, the folks over there will know something about it for sure. There's no time to lose. The longer we wait, the stronger Mordigan gets. So, let's get going.
Yay, at last then we've got our first character back. So Rab is once again a member of the party, and as we see there, he's got further options in his character builder that we can explore as well. And yep, new pet power Solar Flare, which we just saw an example of in the previous cutscene. And of course Rab also has access to that Pearly Gates ability that he was using in the battle against us a few moments ago.
We disciples of Angri-La will do all that we can to aid you in your preparations to take on the Lord of Shadows. We have even devised a special training regime for you. Visit us again soon. We will stand ready to help you hone your powers.
Aye.
Right, so that was a reference there at the end to a brand new side activity that's available where we can engage through certain trials here at this location in the Field of Discipline. So what I'm going to suggest, well, we'll go to the Field of Discipline rather, and we're able to do that, which is through the temple there. So what I recommend is not doing that yet because they are very, very challenging and we'll need to level up a little bit, probably to about level 50 or so to really make a start on them. But it's just worth noting that those trials are now unlocked. And what I'm going to recommend first of all then is teleporting over. If I just go over to the zoom key, I'll see the name and that will remind me what it's called. Okay, so we want to teleport over to the Mount Pang Lai campsite. That one. Do I need to go there? That one. Okay, and the reason for that is there's a couple of optional places we can head to now before we make our way over to the story section. And we're going to be returning first of all to L'Academy. Do you remember that's where we collected our last mini medal book page thingy? But before we do anything else, before I end the episode today, we're going to head over to the character builder and just have a very quick look at Rab's new tree. So his new tree is the Enlightenment tree, which is actually up here. And what I would recommend is actually focusing on this tree if you can. Not only are some of the standard abilities pretty darn useful, and as you can see, some of those look pretty nice, at least in terms of stat boosting. But also some of these hidden panels, you want to probably start looking at unlocking those as well, to tell you the truth. So there's some very nice abilities to be found behind those as well. So whether or not you want to just do that naturally, or go ahead and you know, spend some points at a statue, spend some money at a statue rather, to get some more points back by unlearning some previous abilities, is entirely up to you. For now, I'm happy to leave him as he is, and we'll start focusing on the Enlightenment tree as we continue to progress with him. Alright then guys, well I'm going to go ahead and save the game at this point, and we'll finish off the episode, so thanks for joining me. Yeah, next time we're going to go through some optional areas, as I mentioned, before we continue on along the story and try and reunite with some of our previous party members. Now that we've got Rab back, we can start hunting down some of the others as well, I suspect, can't we? Thanks for stopping by today, folks. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.